Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're live. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today, we're going to be talking about struggling with self criticism. I think that's a really common thing I've noticed we talk about in our comments, and I do it myself sometimes too. So, I thought today would be a good day, and I found a really good article to go through. And we're going to try the share screen today. So I thought today would be a good day, and I found. Whoops, that's me. Okay. Let's turn it back on, just in case, so I can comment in there real easy. Okay, so how is everybody today? I hope you're all having a great day. The article we're going to talk about. Oops, I'm trying to so you can see my rainbow. I shortened it, but I don't want to shorten it too much more. It won't fit over my big head. All right, quit playing with it, Crystal. Quit playing with it. Okay. So the article I chose, we'll go right over here and take a look at it, is from The Mighty. And if you've been here before, you know that's one of my favorite websites. It's themighty.com. They also have an app that's available. If you're interested in looking up any of the articles, it's really good. It's for chronic illness, mental health, and everything that's in between those two things for us. I'm gonna put this mirror up high because I keep ducking down for some reason. I think it's just subconscious. So let's start with the article, and then the more people come in, the more we'll chat, and we can chat about anything. So if you get annoyed when the chat gets distracted, this is probably going to be tough for you because I don't mind it. I have a little bit of that attention deficit, so I can kind of follow along if it's real quick like that. I know that's weird, but anyway, so we're going to start with the article, and then as we go, the chat just kind of organically decides where we're going to go. So let's do the full page so I can actually read it. Oh, no, I'm going to go to the other page. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm going to quit talking about it and just do it. Duh, Crystal. Okay, tips from a therapist if you struggle with self-criticism. Who does not struggle with self-criticism that's here? She should be home soon. Oh, he's scrappy today. No worries, Miss Jamie. No worries. No worries. Okay, let's go back to the topic. Tips from the therapist if you struggle with self-criticism. Okay, I really liked this article. It's written by Ann Wright, and she is a therapist. But I thought this was a really good way to discuss this topic because of her. She's kind of funny a little bit, and that helps with some serious topics. So she says, "Would you tell your kid she's stupid?" And the woman responds, "What? No, never. My client and I are wrapping up a session, and she had just begun being incredibly critical to herself." "Okay," I said. "Why not?" "Well," the client said, "because she's just a child. She's my child, and she's not stupid, and I love her, and..." So I interrupted her. "Exactly. You love her, and you would never in a million years say that to her. So why are you saying it to yourself?" The client pauses. "Well, it's different with me. I am stupid, plus I am an adult, so it's different." I take a deep breath. It's not different. You're not stupid, and it's your job as an adult to treat yourself with the same kindness you give to your actual child, with the same patience and love and compassion as you would have ideally been shown when you were a child. Ideally been shown. And I think if you could give yourself even one fraction of what you give your child, if you could turn that love back on yourself even a tiny bit, you'd experience powerful shifts in your self-esteem and confidence. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the chat and see if we have anybody here. All right. Hi, Christine. How are you doing? We're talking about self-talk, basically. I'm trying to think of the term that I keep using for self-talk. Self-criticism today. So I do this sometimes, and I try to catch myself because I try to catch other people when they do that. My family members. Oh, I'm so dumb. No, you're not. Even if you're just saying it, just, it's just something that you automatically say when you mess up. Think about, what if you saw one of your kids or your family members doing that? I'm so dumb. You know, um, how would you feel about them talking to themselves that way? If you do the same thing, it's not any different if you do it to yourself than it is if you do it to someone else. That's awesome, Christine. You went for a walk. I hope it was nice and sunny where you're at and that it was enjoyable as well. Do we have any comments about self-criticism? Do you criticize yourself? Do you know someone who does? Do you have a friend, wink, wink, who criticizes themselves? If you don't want to talk about yourself, that's fine. But I do sometimes do that. And I always, like when I mess up, I go, darn it. But lately I've noticed from being home, I'll go, what are you, dummy. It's gorgeous and no wind. That sounds great, Christine. That sounds really nice. And I know you're in your new home that you really like, so the area must be nice as well. Let's see. So what was I saying? Oh, anyways, so I catch myself going dumb, dumb, dumb. And I know that when I talk, okay, words, people say, what is that you say? Your words bounce off me. What's that little kid saying? Come on, I need help. I need help. Stick like glue. What? Bounce off me and stick to you. Something. I can't think of this saying. If anybody can think of it, please put it in the comments. Your words bounce off me and stick to you. Something like that. But words can hurt people. I know a lot of people say, well, it's just a word. It's just a word. Well, words can hurt. Words absolutely can hurt children. Absolutely. And I think a lot of us can speak to that. And words can hurt other people. I have the, I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to just run my mouth, just speak, and I would hurt somebody's feelings without even thinking about it. Hi, Lord. Let me put my glasses on. I'm rubber, you're glue. Thank you, Lord GXK. I'm rubber, you're glue. What bounced off me sticks to you. Christine, I think we got it. We got it. But it's about words. It's about words. So, and I think you know where we're going here. So, when we talk to ourselves like that, say you didn't come from a lovely background, and this is me speaking for myself, and say you get called fat all the time. You're fat. You're fat. And so eventually you're like, I'm fat. So a lot of women, and I know this mostly in women, not all women, but men do it as well. Oh, I feel so fat, or I look so fat, or so to everyone else, that word doesn't mean a lot, but to you specifically, that word hurt when you were younger, whether you realize it or not. That takes a lot of therapy and deep delving. But now when you say it to yourself, you're hurting yourself all over again. So we've got to stop hurting ourselves. We've got to stop it. The bad self-talk is another way. That's what I usually say. But when I saw this article, I thought this is perfect for this time of the year, right? I look so fat in that swimsuit. I don't want to wear shorts because my legs are fat. My sister, let me read. My sister did that to me all the time. She called me a beached whale. See? And words hurt. So I hope, Christine, that when you talk about yourself, and I've seen your videos, you're very positive. You're very positive. But that you don't say, oh, I'm fat, Oh, I'm perfect. I'm the way that God made me. I'm supposed to be this size. Or he would not have made Oreos. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's just me being silly, guys. But I mean, why would he want all of us to be skinny, little, teeny tiny, And it's just mean. It's mean, mean, mean. And if that person who says that to you goes, oh, they're just words, why are you so upset? Then, call them out on something. Oh, it's just words. Your nose is huge. I do love a good Oreo, right, Christine? A good Oreo is, what are you going to do? They just are good. But yeah, call them out on something. Just because you're skinnier than me doesn't mean you're healthy. You look like a bony piece of spaghetti. I mean, just we don't have to call names back and forth. But my point is, words can hurt you and hurt other people. So we need to be careful. Claudia, how are you doing, Claudia? My dad used to make me get on the scale all the time. That is just horrible. Horrible. And so I would ask, does anyone in the comments have a phrase that they say to themselves all the time that is a negative self-talk? Or let's mention common phrases like, I hear women all the time say, I'm so fat. And I'm like, I wish I was your size. Hello, you are not fat. So that's mine. Women are just all the time, my friends, my sisters, no, you're not fat. You're not. Because when we were teenagers, if we had been told we were not fat, we would not be the size we are today. We would still probably be the size we were when people thought we were fat and we weren't fat. Do you know what I'm saying? Am I confusing everybody? I'm sorry. I get a little angry about this because, first of all, if you're a child, it's very, very hurtful to someone who's younger, very. And I can speak from not only my experience, but from the experience of several of us in the chat and from my family, friends, young people I know. It's just not, it's bad for them. It's very bad for them. So when we get older and we do it to ourselves, again, it's very bad for us as well. I want to speak to Claudia for a second. My mom, her dad was very mean to her. She still doesn't know why he had passed away. And that really affected her, calling her, not as pretty as her sister, not as skinny as her sister, all these things. And so now she's one of the self-talkers. It's like, oh, I feel fat today, or I look fat. I'm like, Mom, you're not fat. Don't say it. Don't say it. Because what are we, there's this big thing out now about vision boards and realizing and visualizing and speaking. I got to turn my alarm off. It keeps going off. Sorry. That's the alarm for Wellness Wednesday, by the way. So, but I'm like, you are the way you're supposed to be. You're alive and you're my mom and I'm glad about it. So stop it. Stop the bad talk. And it's a very hard habit to break. If anybody here knows, it's a hard habit to break. Yeah, she still isn't sure why he was so mean to her and not to her sister or her brother. He was just mean to my mom. And she's still very much affected by that. And I kind of get sidetracked, you guys. So if I start talking about something that makes no sense, just correct me in the comments because I will do that. I'll just wander in my brain. I have that where you can't always keep a thought straight sometimes. I do. So, let's see. Oh, shall we read the next paragraph? Let's read the next paragraph. Okay. Why actively speaking kindly to yourself matters. Over the last 10 years of clinical psychotherapy work, I must have had a conversation like this one in this blog's opening at least 300 times. I never fail to be amazed at how many of my clients are wonderful, loving, instinctually compassionate, and supportive parents to their own children, despite coming from adverse or outright tragically abusive backgrounds where almost no one showed them even a modicum of the care they show their own children. It brings me to tears to think about how good my clients are at parenting their children despite their lack of good enough parenting they received. But it also makes me sad to see, despite how wonderful they are with their own children, they still deeply struggle to speak and treat themselves well. It seems ironic and disconnected, doesn't it? You can be a wonderful parent to your flesh and blood children, but a terrible inner parent to yourself. But I see this all the time. Okay. Does anybody know? Yes, Claudia. Yes. Yes. It's like, get off my back, man. You know? Yeah. And when you're little, what can you do? It's your parents. What they're supposed to protect you, take care of you, keep you safe, raise you well, and again, our parents didn't always know the best, so they could only do what they knew. But just to be straight up mean is I think that was unnecessary. My parents were not mean parents. We were teased by aunts and uncles and cousins, and but not my parent. My parents weren't that bad. My dad was a little bit, but not as bad as my grandpa to my mom. So yeah. Mm-mm. Okay, there was a question on the part I just read, if you guys heard it. Okay, it seems ironic and disconnected, doesn't it? What do you think about people, yourself, friends who are really great to their kids, great to their family members, and just great people in general, but they talk to themselves really bad. They don't everyone is precious to them but themselves. It's very sad, I think. I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. That's, Jamie got the whole saying for us. I think Decker is teething. He's really crabby. Oh yeah, he's like, what is he? December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Oh, so he's a little over 6 months, or he's 6 months now. Yeah, he's probably teething. Probably teething. So Decker is Jamie's grandbaby. He is our honorary. He's our honorary cool dude, I guess we could call him. He pops in once in a while in the photos. Okay. So, have I mentioned, is there anything that anyone else would like to say about this? I still have the article to go through, but my mom is the worst. My sisters are pretty good about it because I do that to them. I'm like, don't say that about yourself. He's going to be 6 months. So, yeah, he's probably teething, I'm sure. He's a baby. Yeah. My friend is pretty good about not doing that, but she will say, when she does put on a little weight, she does get upset. It does bother her. But she's tiny, so she never looks fat to me. So, I mean, I compare myself to other people, and I don't talk bad about myself mostly. Plus, he's learning fake crying and he's using it. It's Decker. He's wanting to get some attention, I think. But yeah, like I said, I don't use it on myself. I did. I used to. I used to call myself stupid. I used to call myself fat. I never call myself ugly because I'm a little bit vain. If you know me, I'm a little bit vain. So, but I used to call myself the same thing everybody else does. And one day I had to say, I don't know when, but one day I realized I was just hurting myself. Um, Thank you. I'm trying to be a little bit representing Pride Month here with my necklace that I'm trying to, my dollar store cool necklace. I don't want to make it shorter because then I can't get it over my big old, see, and I shouldn't say big old head. I can't get it over my head. So I really like it. So I'm trying to show it to everybody. And so I put my little catacorn ears in because I thought they were a little bit like Pride and they're glittery, and who doesn't love a glittery kitty? So, yeah. Oh, so yeah, even me just saying my big old head, maybe my head's not that big. What am I saying that for? Why don't I just say my head? or my big old butt, just say my butt, I don't know why we use, what are those? Are those aren't verbs. Are they adjectives to describe? I don't know why we use those words. Let's just say that because I'm not an English teacher. So why do we use those words? I don't know. And like I just showed you, I'm doing it without even knowing it. This is my kitty Teok. He's bad. He's mad. I had to put his collar back on him. He got his collar off somehow. And now he's mad at me because I had to put it back on him. Stop. I can tell he's mad too. So, okay. Let's see if we can read some more. Sorry guys, I'm going to put me here like that. There we go. So if you're interested in this article, you can see it's from The Mighty, and it's how to speak kindly to yourself when you struggle with self-criticism. Jamie said, parents can be difficult. I asked my kids if they wanted to play sports so they wouldn't be chubby like I was in elementary school. And you weren't calling them chubby. You just asked them if they wanted to be sport. But you were talking about yourself. Yes, that's bad self-talk. Bad self-talk. Because I will bet $50 you probably weren't chubby in elementary school. You weren't bone skinny. But for some reason back then, why were people so ignorant? I'm not sure. But that's basically what I say. Uneducated, didn't realize, didn't know. You're going to have to get down because you are poking at me. There you go. Lay back there. Hey, James, how are you doing today? We're talking about self-criticism. Self-criticism. And just self-talk to ourselves, or if people have talked to us before like that. I think when you're young, like we were talking earlier, that when someone continually does that to you, especially a parent, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, whoever, when you get older, then you start saying those things to yourself. That's what happens. It becomes part of you. And we have to break that. That's the thing. We got to break that. And I don't see Mr. Zach here this morning, but I think that he might be working. If he is, he is doing so well with changing the self-talk. He's a big one on the I'm ugly. If you're here, Zach, I'm sorry, I'm telling all your business. But now he says I'm handsome, and we love him for it. I did it so they wouldn't get picked on, and this way they could have fun staying healthy instead of dieting, etc. No, I think that was an excellent, Jamie. Excellent. I saw your Instagram, James, your Instagram video with Charlotte, and I haven't finished it yet, but I did see it. So I'm excited to see the end, see what looks you guys created. Okay, let's read some more. I'm going to make it big so you guys, I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but why actively speaking kindly to yourself matters. I just read that, didn't I? Wonderful parents, wonderful loving people. Is it really long? She said, I saw in the beginning, you guys haven't done it in a long time, so I bet there was tons to talk about and stuff. So yeah. How long can they be on Instagram? I'm curious. I'm just curious. But the therapist goes on to talk about how her clients can be so loving to their children and their family members, but not to themselves. That's why now I know it's a big deal. Now you'll even see commercials about self-love. And we are in Pride Month. And a big thing during Pride Month is also love yourself for who you are. Goodness, James, 3.5 hours. Well, I did not. Yeah, I'll probably skip to the end after an hour or so, but I'll still watch quite a bit of it. That is you must have had a lot to talk about. If you hadn't seen her in a while. Yeah. Let's see. What was I saying? So anything you guys want to talk about in the comments, even if it's not related to the article, feel free to talk about it. We don't have a problem switching up topics, going back and forth. I don't mind. I am not a doctor. I am not a therapist. I am a person who suffers from anxiety and depression, sometimes at the same time. And I'm on medication. I have a psychiatrist and a therapist. And I am sharing my story with everybody. We're going over different topics and we're all sharing our stories. So if you're new here, thank you so much for popping in. And replay people, hi, replay people. So let's read some more of this article. I'm going to scroll down. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. That's why one of my very favorite therapy tools to use when I'm dealing with a particularly self-critical client, and I know that they're a wonderful parent, is to invite them to speak to themselves as they would to their own children. Why does this matter? In a word, neuroscience. To elaborate, I'm sure, like so many of us, you heard the term neurons that fire together, wire together. I have not heard that term. If you have, let me know in the comments. This phrase and contribution to the field of neuropsychology was first used in 1949 by Donald Hebb, a Canadian neuropsychologist. That's a lot to take in. Let's just leave that, the Hebb rule there. Let's go back over here. Let's see. Fixing your bike during the weekend and then heading out to be happy slappy. Hey, Metal Music, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, this neuroscience part is probably a little more sciencey than what we're really interested in, but I'm sure that it has something to do with the pathways in your brain that, let's see, associated channels of memory and habits, as it were. And when you repeat something again and again, consciously or unconsciously, you strengthen the neural network. So for anyone particularly self-critical who has spent a lifetime lambasting, degrading, and being outright unkind to themselves, they likely have strong neural pathways to reinforce this behavior. Okay, that's kind of what we've been saying. When you're younger, and if you've got somebody who's teasing you and they think, oh, it's just words, it's not just words. You're messing with my neural pathways, dude. Messing with my neural pathways. So we are all beautiful here, and we are all special and brilliant. Let's see. Let's go ahead and keep reading. Where you at? There we are. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So when you repeat something again and again, that's what I want to talk about. That you make this path in your brain, and say if someone's saying it to you again and again, I believe that you're also doing the same thing. You're making a path in your brain that, what happened? Oh, I got a boo-boo. But that it stays with you. It stays with you. So I'm hoping that by the end of the article, she's going to give us some tips on how to deal with that. Hey, Frugal Mama, how are you doing? We're talking today about self-criticism, and I'm reading an article. I'm very excited because this is a share screen. The first time I've done a share screen, so let's see. So, Hebb's rule. This is some sciencey stuff. It teaches us each thought, spoken or unspoken, every habit, every feeling, every physical sensation we experience triggers the firing neurons, which in time creates a neural network in your brain. Associated channels of memory and habits. And when you repeat something again and again, you strengthen that neural network. Okay. To achieve the change the client ultimately wants from our therapy together, we have to effectively rewire the brain. That's a lot of stuff, right? So if you felt like it, no, Zach. Hi, Zach. We were talking about you. I'm glad you're doing well today, Frugal Mama. Hey, Jen. How are you doing, Jen? I was just telling everybody about self-talk, that me and Jamie yell at you if you say anything negative about yourself. We're talking about self-criticism today, and anything that, well, anything you guys want to talk about. It doesn't have to be self-criticism. If anything's going on in your life, yes, how dare you? I know I said sorry, Zach. I hope if you're listening, I'm talking about you. It was good. If you go back and watch, it was good. It was good stuff. Because we love you, Zach. Handsome Zach. That's what we were talking about, handsome Zach. So I would never talk negatively about you, Zach, because you are a cool dude. Okay. So if you feel like this is an issue for you and you do have a therapist, you can always address it with them. The rewiring. That sounds complicated, right? Rewiring your brain. Talk to and about themselves as they would speak to or think about their own children. Here's how the exercise looks in practice. Okay. Let's get, you were talking. Oh, still same. So what I want to do, I am fantastic. My mom just left after stopping by for a short visit. She lives 4 hours away. That's awesome. That's awesome, Jen. My mom lives about an hour away, but I still enjoy it when she does come to visit by my house. So, how to actively speak more kindly to yourself. Should we try this exercise? Anybody want to try it? Anybody? The way I teach my clients to actively speak to themselves more kindly happens in 3 steps. Well, she says it's only going to take 3 steps. So hopefully you guys are in. Yes, Jen. It's hard for everybody, I think, especially if you've been doing it for a long time. This article from The Mighty, if you're interested, talks about it, and I can link it after we're done. Let's go for it, Frugal Mama said. Let's do it. Okay, number 1, moment to moment, catch yourself being unkind to yourself. Catch yourself being unkind to yourself. That's a big one, because I think sometimes some of the things we say, like we're dumb, it doesn't seem like such a big deal, right? It's just, I'm just dumb. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but it really is. So you got to catch yourself in any of those negative self-talk moments, and that is hard. So number 1 is going to take a long time. You got to practice it. And being in the moment, which is hard, is also, she says, moment to moment, catch yourself being unkind to yourself, because sometimes the words come out and then you're like, oh. So I just correct myself. I am not dumb. I am not stupid. I am smart and I am beautiful. So if it does come out, I try to correct myself. Let's see what she says. Number 2, pause. Instead of being unkind to yourself, think of what you would say to your own child in that moment. Now, I don't have any children, but what I would say to anybody is, no, you're not dumb. You're not ugly. Don't say that about yourself. That's what I would say to anybody. And when someone says I'm fat, I always say, no, you're not fat. No, you're not. You're not. So, that's what I do, because my family, like I said, when we were younger, we were teased a lot by aunts and uncles. So it's ingrained. Even my aunts and uncles talk like that about themselves. So I have one aunt in particular where I will correct her if I am around her and she says something like that. I'm like, no, you're beautiful. So, and correcting yourself as well. So correcting yourself. Instead of being unkind, think of what you would say to your own child in that moment. Is that a powerful statement? I think if you're a parent, that's probably a really powerful statement. Number 3, And then actively say that to yourself instead. Okay, catch yourself being unkind. Think of what you would tell your child if they were in the same situation, and then actively say that to yourself instead. It sounds simple, but in no way is it easy. In fact, I think this is probably one of the most challenging exercise I offer clients. Because we're much harder on ourselves than we are on other people. Much harder on ourselves. Like, I expect way more from me than I expect from anyone else. And I'm trying to be better about that. I think that can also be called a perfectionist, you know. I'm putting quotes around it because I'm not perfect for sure. But if I didn't do anything exactly the way that I thought it should be, you know, in my mind, I thought, I'm a planner. I thought this is how it should turn out. When it didn't, I would get very upset at myself. Now, people would think I was just upset, but it would be at myself basically because it didn't turn out the way that I thought it should. Now, did it turn out well? Probably, but me freaking out didn't help. So now I'm much more, if we're going to have a party, or if we're going to have people over, or if we're going to chat, it's going to go the way it's going to go, right? And hopefully everybody will be chatting, and even if it's not this topic, I still love when we all get in the comments and we just chat with each other. I love that. So feel free. But she says, by no means is this easy. Hey, Amy. She says, I am the same way. Yep, I think most of us are. It's really hard, like she says in the article, to try to get yourself to not do that, especially if you've been doing it since you were young, or it was people were done doing that to you, teasing you, calling you things when you're young. And they're like, you know what I hate? This is, and you guys can correct me if you don't agree, but I hate it when someone goes, oh yeah, you're stupid. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm about to smack you, just kidding. You know what I'm saying? Anybody agree with me on that? No, you're not just kidding. You're only saying that because you just screwed up. Anybody with me on that? Now, I do say just kidding sometimes, but I don't be mean, you know. And if you say just kidding and you're really just kidding, that's fine too. But if you're mean and then you say, oh, I'm just kidding. Why are you so upset? I'm just kidding. Well, you're not. You're mean. You're not kidding. You're mean. So there is a difference. If I'm like, I don't know. I can't give an example, but you guys understand what I'm talking about. And if you do, please give me some comments there, because it really bothers me. Because even if it's not me, if they're saying it to someone else, I will not get in the middle of that, because that's not my business. If it's one of my sisters or brothers, though, you better believe I'm over there. But I just want to say, no, you're not kidding. And just because you said that doesn't make it okay. Doesn't. So let me know what you guys think about that. Has that happened to you? I'm sure it has happened to you. And is it, like a family member that is always just bothering you? I went to my grandma's funeral on my dad's side, and they're from down south, as you can imagine. They're not I don't want to talk bad about people from the hills, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to have some tea here. Yes. It bothers me too, but I have found that there are always a little truth behind the words, just kidding. Exactly. You didn't just call me fat because you were just kidding. You call me fat because you're mean. Yes, Zach, you are hard on yourself. You are the hardest on yourself of my friends. And that's why we get so excited when you call yourself handsome Zach, because we know you're handsome, but I don't think you know that you're handsome yet. Oh, and did you go see, I avoid the mirror because I'm too hard on myself. If that helps. But did you go see Maverick? Tom Cruise movie. But I agree with you. I agree with you, Amy. I agree 100%. You know, um, and I am a stronger personality. So I'm good at it now about keeping my mouth shut. But when I was younger, I was very bad about it. So I did last week, yes, and it was such a good movie. Awesome, Zach. It was a good movie. Yeah, I want to see it, but I think we're going to end up getting it on DVD just because of the cost of it. So, yep. So what do you guys think of the 3 steps? Do you think that's helpful at all? I think it's helpful for me as far as, let's see. Oh, we skipped down from the steps. I'm going to go over them real quick again just because I think they're important. Oh, I have to go over here. I'm trying to move the page on the wrong page. Okay. Here we go. How to speak more kindly to yourself. I think we can stay there for a minute. We share a popcorn. Oh, Zach, that is so sweet. Oh, I bet that was so fun. That is too sweet. Okay, number 1, catch yourself being unkind to yourself. That's going to be hard in itself, but it's something that we can do, I think. Pause. Instead of being unkind to yourself, think of what you would say to your own child in that moment. And then number 3, actively say that to yourself instead. I think that's something that we can try to do, but I don't think it's going to be easy. And here's why it's not going to be easy. First of all, it requires you to bring a heightened awareness to how you're talking to yourself moment to moment. I think that's the hardest part is how we're talking to ourselves. Then she hit me on accident because we both. That's funny, Zach. I'm glad that it went so well for you, though. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Okay. Miss Jamie is here, but she's got Decker has she thinks he's trying to get a tooth, so he's being quite a handful this morning. So if you're looking for Miss Jamie, she's popping in and out, but he is not a happy camper today. Okay. I've been doing shadow work a lot the last year, and these tips really do help. It's amazing how once you start catching yourself and why you're thinking that way, it changes fast and for the better. That is awesome. Awesome. Once you start catching yourself and why you think that way, it changes fast and for the better. I agree. I agree. And I think it's important work for us, especially if we have kids. I think that kids see us. I think that the kids see us treating ourselves bad. You know what I mean? They see us with our bad self-talk, and they hear that and they know those things are bad. So I don't think that we're doing them any kind of service by doing that to ourselves. I think too, if we think about it like that, if we're around kids a lot and we do that to ourselves, maybe we're an example of that. And we don't want them to grow up with that, not in this day and age. So, but I'm so excited to hear that, Amy, because it's hard work. And like you said, once you do it, once that change occurs in your mind, it's going to be so much better. You're going to feel so much better. And she talks in the article about more self-confidence, and all those things. So let's see. So it's why it's difficult. Each time you get out of the shower and see your loose skin and belly hanging down, each time you get interrupted by your less than supportive manager on a Zoom call, Each time you see the state of your chaotic garage and yard and start berating yourself for not having a tidier home, you need to bring awareness to all of these moments through the day when you're on neutral pathway autopilot. That confused me a little bit. And starting to beat yourself up about yourself, your capacities, your life. I'm going to read that again because that kind of confused me a little bit. Jamie, try a sliced cucumber, put his thumb in the middle where the seeds are, and let him gum the cucumber, and he will love it, and it will help. He doesn't have teeth, so he can't eat it. The cold helps. That is awesome. That is an awesome idea. Hey, Leah, welcome. Leah Miranda, welcome. We're talking about, I call it negative self-talk or self-criticism. The article is about self-criticism that we're talking about. And then we just chat about whatever's going on in the chat. So how are you doing today, Leah? I hope you're doing well. And welcome to Wellness Wednesday. We just talk about mental health. So I am going to read that paragraph again. Did you guys follow me? Because it's confusing me. Each time you get out of the shower and see your loose skin and belly hanging down, I get that. Each time you get interrupted by your less than supportive manager on a Zoom call, believe it or not, I get that too. Each time you see the state of your chaotic garage and yard and start berating yourself for not having a tidier home, that's me 100% right there. I need to work on that. When that happens, you need to bring awareness to all of these moments through the day when you're on neural pathway autopilot and start to beat yourself up about yourself, your capacities, your life. You need to bring awareness to all of these moments through the day when you're on neural pathway autopilot and start. Okay, so this is bad self-talk. You've got to, and you need to come into the moment. Thank you, Leah. She said, excellent. This level of mindfulness, okay, takes work and is not always comfortable to do. Zach, see you. Every time I look in my garage, I call myself a failure, basically. Yeah, my garage is a wreck. So I get that. I get it. And then it makes me feel like I haven't accomplished anything. I think the negative self-talk then brings in the negative feelings, right? Right? Why can't I do this? Why can't I keep my house up? What's my problem? And then just talking bad to yourself instead of giving yourself a break sometimes. All right. Okay, so we'll go to the next, the mindfulness. So I know a lot of self-help gurus talk about mindfulness and being in the moment. And I often wonder, when we're kids, we're in the moment, right? When we're little kids, we're in the moment. We're there. But when we get older, I guess, is it wandering off, daydreaming, not, I guess, thinking about other things than being there in the moment, anxiety, depression, stress, work, home. It's amazing when you actually start to analyze why you think the way you do. You realize that you have been conditioned to actually think that way, through what you have experienced in life. Yes. I find too, when Amy, when I figure out a reason that I do something, I'm one of those people that I need a reason. When I figure out why I do something, then it can help me to stop doing it. Yeah. That is always very helpful for me. Okay. So, all right. Okay, here we go. Then, when you catch yourself in those moments, when you're about to be unkind to yourself, you need to pause as much as possible and stop yourself from saying something unkind, unsupportive, and mean to yourself. And instead think, what would I say to my own child? I think that's a really good because a lot of us don't realize. I think that's a really good way. And we would never talk to our kids like that. Even while I'm in the shower, I'll say, hey, look at this fatty. You got to stop that, Zach. It's not good for you. You are perfectly and wonderfully made. I'm not sure what the actual saying is, but you are beautifully and wonderfully made. You are who you're supposed to be. And you missed it, Zach. I said, I'm not supposed to be a size 2. If I was, God would never have invented Oreos, right? Anybody who agrees with me in the chat? Yes. Oh, is this why you got up on me? Look at him. He wants my little necklace. Are you being a booty head? Don't mess with my pride. Stop. It's not a toy. Not a toy. No. I have to take it off. If he jumps on me again, I'll just take it off so he'll leave me alone. But yeah, it's hard to do, but once you do it, it will be so worth it. So worth it. You are made, you are the way you're supposed to be. And I also find when you don't worry about it, that if you're single, if you're one of those people who talks bad about themselves a lot, it makes you less attractive to the other. If you're male, it makes you less attractive, or if you're female, it makes you less attractive to the opposite or same sex. But to other people, it makes you less attractive because you don't think well about yourself. I got some raspberry tea today that's actually wild berry zinger. It's actually very good. A little tart. Shadow work is the hardest but most rewarding thing. I am all for mindfulness and meditation. It's changed my life for the better. That's wonderful, Amy. I am all for the Oreos, but I am actually vegan now. Oh, okay. Okay, well, maybe there's vegan Oreos in your future. But you understand what I was saying, so yeah. Oh, my husband is a meat and potatoes man. I would love to try to be vegan, but he would not. And since he's a cook, he's very, if we don't eat together, it's one of his things. And he's bipolar, so he's kind of sensitive. He's home too, so I gotta watch. He's sensitive, and if I won't eat dinner with him, he gets upset. And the only time I don't eat is if I don't feel well. So yeah, we have to have dinner together. That's the thing. That's us. So, but I will eat vegan. I just not when we're making dinner at home, because during the day I don't eat a lot of meat. Jamie's here. Jamie, there's an awesome comment from Amy about cucumbers for Mr. Decker's teething. If you didn't see it. I've heard that, Amy, that excuse me, guys. You're vegan now, Amy? I don't think I could do that, Zach said. I love meat most of my life, but it actually makes my body and mind feel better. It was a radical change. I agree, Leah. If you say I'm joking, I don't believe you, especially if you're well, and like you said, self-deprecating. If you go, I'm fat, oh, I'm just joking, you're still talking bad about yourself. It's definitely just as destructive. I have a sister-in-law, Amy, who went vegan. She had a lot of medical issues, and now she wants us all to be vegan. And I've been with her to several vegan restaurants, which I have no problem with, but my husband's like, Yes, I'm okay, Zach. I think it's just allergies. I think it's just my allergies. But I've been okay. And I just started drinking this raspberry tea. It's herbal tea. I wonder what's in it. Maybe I should stop drinking that. Thank you for asking, Zach. Though I'm going to switch back to my water. Okay. But I agree 100% with Amy and with Leah. Let's go back to the picture. Drink water. I'm doing it. Yeah. The tea for some reason started to make me cough. Maybe it's because it's warm. Mm. Okay. Okay, this level of mindfulness takes work and is not always comfortable to do. Then when you catch yourself in those moments when you're about to, I already said that. You might tell your son or daughter, it's okay, honey, you're doing a great job and you're working so hard. It's okay not to have everything perfect. Your body is strong and healthy and beautiful. I love your body. I'm so sorry, everybody. In the last year, because of shadow work, I've shed a lot of things that weren't aligned with my highest good. Like I am vegan, I meditate. At least I get rid of all my makeup. Oh, and I am starting my tarot channel next month. Oh, that sounds awesome, Amy. I can't wait to see. And then will you also talk about shadow work on your channel? Because I'm curious about to see more in depth about that. Jamie's back. You got rid of all your makeup. Ooh, you are a strong woman. You are a strong woman. I'm going to go up here. Okay. I will. Yay. And like you said, you had to do work before you could get to this point. And I totally understand that. Totally understand that. Wow. Wow. I am getting right. Well, we're moving. So my husband was like, yeah, you can get rid of any makeup. And I said, probably not. Maybe, but probably not. Because when we move, one of the rooms is going to be a makeup room. So, but yeah, that's great. I wish I could do that. I don't have a lot of addictions, but that is one of them. That is one. All right, let's see some more positive self-talk. And then here's where it gets even more uncomfortable. You then say those things to yourself. The quotes. Out loud, silently, it doesn't matter. You just have to say that alternative, kind, supportive thought to yourself to get those new, different neurons firing. And we did talk about neurons earlier, if you guys don't remember. Oh, yeah, a lot of work and analyzing traumas and hard, painful things, but it was worth it. It sounds like it was very well worth it. It sounds like it to me, Amy. I think it sounds awesome. Jamie says, when it comes to makeup, I'm a hoarder. Are you trying to get the thing again? What are you doing? You can't have it. See if he'll leave me alone. This is my kitty cat, Teal'c. He's being a bad boy. He's got his nails in. He doesn't usually do that. That's how I know he's mad. Stop with your claws. Meanie butt. All right, let's put that up again. Let's see. So you have to say the alternative things to yourself or silently or, out loud. I say them out loud. It will feel awkward. It will feel forced. It will feel fake. Remember, you've spent decades speaking and treating yourself unkindly. Those self-critical neural pathways are strong. No, why are you eating those? Stop it. I will do tarot, meditation, shadow work, and astrology. I just have to make an intro. My husband is actually doing the music. That's why I said a month. I am super excited. Well, you take your time because when you're ready is when when we'll see. You know what I mean? You've been doing great, taking time away from YouTube, doing all this work. Come back when you're ready, and then we can all experience all this together. I think it's going to be great. Jamie said I was going to say Ronan, right? They kind of look the same. Look at him. He's staring at the computer. He looks mean. He's being mean today for some reason. All right. And remember, those critical neural pathways are strong. I think that's important to note, because you have to work at it. It doesn't come easy. You have to work at it. Okay, Kitty, I'm going back here. He's actually trying to be good right now. What are you doing? No claws. He's not using his claws. He's usually very sweet, but he's mad because he got his collar off the other day. We couldn't find it, so he went like a week without his collar. Hey, Patrick. Then I put his collar back on, and now he's mad at me because he doesn't get as good a neck, scratches as he used to. So, but we can't tell him because we have feral cats outside. We can't tell them apart because they're related to him. They're his mama and his aunties. And so we have to put collars on him, or we can't figure out, like, I walked up to one of the black cats that wasn't ours and he ran away. So I knew he was feral, but I was looking for this guy. Hashtag house panther. Yep. And he's getting up in the trees. Thank you, Patrick. How you doing? We've got a tree that's not so big. I'm gonna end up doing a short on that too. Oh, look at him being so sweet right now. He being a sweetie pie now, but he knew I wouldn't hold him when he was being mean to me. How are you doing, Patrick? We're talking about negative we're talking about self-criticism, or negative self-talk, I call it as well. So, aren't you being just a sweetie pie? Just being so sweet. You definitely don't negative self-talk. He just thinks he's all that. He's all that. No. He's trying to play with my necklace. Is he just being smooth so he can play with my necklace? Stop it. No. You know what happens when you do that? You have to get down. No. Down. You're not taking it with you. He's trying to take it with him. He's the comic relief. You bad. He's just, I don't know. He's just mad at me. I'm the wrong person to talk about that. Okay. I hear you, Patrick. If you've been listening, though, House Panthers, yes, they do. This is my new pride necklace, and he got up on me earlier and tried to get it, and I think he may have gotten on me right now and just been really nice so he could get it. Sneaky. All right, let's see where we're at in the article. Okay. We'll go back over here and make it big. They do like shiny things, but he's bad. Let's see. If you keep practicing the above exercise day after day, you will create new neural pathways for yourself, and you will support the transformation of your self-talk, which in turn will lead to a cascade of positive psychological impacts. This is the work of change. It's simple, but it's not easy. And never once have I had a client come back to me after I assigned them this exercise and say, wow, Annie, that was really easy to do, a breeze. But also, every single time I have assigned this exercise, my clients have come back and said, wow, that was powerful, uncomfortable, but powerful. I can feel some differences already. So again, the work to change, particularly when we come from adverse early beginnings, is not easy, but it is so worthwhile. Right? Adverse beginnings. Okay, I was trying to see the time. Nope. There it is. Okay. And it says the invitation. Let's see what the invitation is about. I'm going to scroll down here. And this article is by a therapist. Her name will be at the end. So now my invitation to you is this. If you identify with this essay today, anything we're having is worth working and waiting for. Absolutely, Frugal Mama. The hard work, physically and mentally, the hard work we do is so rewarding, and it makes us better, I believe. It makes us better. Okay. I'm so mad I canceled Glossybox and they sent me another month. Oh, did you cancel it? You know, a subscription boxes, subscription boxes do that. How have you been, Jamie? Have you been busy over on your channel this summer? Oh, you've been busy over on your channel this summer. Righty. Let's see. Okay. With respect, love, and care, I want you to practice this exercise, actively talking kindly to yourself at least once a day for the next week. If you have a child you deeply love, it is so very powerful to use them as a resource. Here, when and if you struggle to find something kind or caring to say to yourself. Excuse me. If you don't have a child, but there is a child in your life that you really love, a niece or nephew, a little neighbor child, imagine them in this exercise. How would you talk to them? And if you can tolerate this, and if you want to make the exercise even more powerful, find a childhood photo of yourself from an age of your youth. Imagine speaking kindly and supportively to this child. And then, if you're willing, please share how the exercise felt for you by leaving a comment. Okay. So, here I come. I'm coming up. This has been the mildest summer here, right? It's not going to get up till 80, I don't think, till next week. And then I'm hoping that it's low 80s. Inner child work. That's what she's recommending. And I've been in the middle of doing that because I am an ACA, and a big part of being an ACA is inner child work. And I thought it was crazy at first, but now I speak to my inner child. But yeah, Patrick, it's been very nice. Very nice. The rain I could do without that's coming in. But yeah, because we're moving, so we've had some really nice days to pack up the van, take stuff to the storage, and then we might drive around for a little bit, maybe get something to eat. It's just been nice out. Yeah. And the inner child is important as well. Maybe we'll talk about that in another one. But I usually like to do one that delves deep and then do a fun one next time that we come in. So how is everybody doing? How is your mental health? Are there any things you'd like to discuss? Because I'm looking, it was 2:30. We got 20 minutes, and it's kind of whatever you want to talk about day. I speak to mine too. Do you know you also have an inner parent? It's amazing when they both have conversations with each other. Now, the inner parent, I wasn't aware of. That part I think I probably need to work on as well. But the inner child, I was an oldest and unsupervised quite a bit. So I grew up very quickly. And so my inner child, well, I buy makeup now. Buy makeup and toys. Leah said it's going to be 110 here over the weekend. Oh my gosh, where are you at, Leah? And let me know if I'm saying your name right, Leah, instead of Lay or anything else. It looks to me like Leah, and I know I could be saying it wrong. But yeah, I'd be curious to hear about that inner parent stuff as well. I may check that out in some, see if I can find some articles about that. But yeah, my inner child is with me all the time, and I talk to her, try to be very nice. She does tend to throw tantrums, so I try to bring her down, Be nice to her. Tell her it's going to be okay. You don't have to be perfect. An inner parent and an inner teenager, but the inner teenager won't come out until your inner child is healed. Okay. Because my inner teenager was not nice. Oh no. My inner teenager was a butthead. And I like my inner child. She's just very headstrong and stubborn. So I have to talk her down, It's going to be okay. The world is not going to end because of whatever. Arizona. Thank you, Leah. My aunt lives in Arizona. 110. Wow. I don't think she lives in Tucson. I'd have to ask my mom, but I don't think she lives in Tucson. But she lives in Arizona as well. She loves it there. She's a sun. She was always a sun person. She tans real easily and stuff. And she loves that hot sun. So, but here, I think today it's like in the 70s. It's a little cloudy right now because we were supposed to get some rain coming in. I'll probably just pack some more. I'm doing laundry right now at this time too, getting stuff packed away. Inner teenagers are very angry and wild. Your inner child never goes away even after your healing, which is amazing that you get to always keep them, in my opinion, at least. It's 65 in Washington. Oh, is it sunny? I bet 65 and sunny is beautiful there. I do want to come visit your state one day. I don't know when, but I would love to come visit. But yeah, my inner teenager is a bad word. You guys know I don't really swear. So she's got a mouth. She swears a lot. So yeah, but my inner child, we're developing a love relationship, I'm a transplanted New Yorker, Long Island, not the city. Okay. Oh, so the temperature is crazy different for you from Arizona. Mm-hmm. Yep. I want to say Long Island, is that too far from PA? Jamie's from PA. 70 and clear. See, 70 and clear. I wish every day could be. Frugal Mama says, I'm doing much better this week than I was last week. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. We kind of go up and down, right? But I know talking about it always helps me. Like today, I'm feeling pretty good. That's why we have a nice little article to go through. I can carry a sentence. Jamie said, not anymore. I know, not anymore. She's in Indiana now. But I'm so glad to hear that, Frugal Mama. I'm so glad to hear that. And I forgot to put I'm going to start putting my labels or my thumbnails up. I meant to do it yesterday and I want to do it at a certain time and then I forgot. So I'm going to have to set an alarm for that because we had a lot more people last week because I did it earlier. So I'm just glad everybody who came today. I want to thank you so much. It's not time to go yet. We still can chat if you have anything you want to talk about, any subject, not taboo. Yeah, we got 15 minutes. So I was we have a tornado watch. Oh, and I wanted to go to Walmart. Oh, I've been in Arizona since I was 19. Family moved here. I'm 73 now. Okay, Leah, you've been there for a while. I'm sure that when you moved there, though, it was a big difference. That was a big difference. So you have tornadoes coming. Okay. They did say there's a storm south of us. That must be what you're going to be getting because we're not going to get that's going to go right by under us. We're not going to get that. So, but welcome, Leah. It's so great to meet you. I don't trust the little Matchbox car. No, not in a tornado. No, definitely not. So, okay. It's 87 and cloudy here. Oh, and you're in Texas. So that's hot. Is it get humid in Texas? I've never been. I would love to come visit though. But I'm assuming that because you're right there by the ocean and stuff, that you probably get a lot of humidity too. We get a lot of humidity because we've got the Great Lakes all around us. Hi, Brandy. How are you doing? How are you feeling today? What was I? Oh, I was talking to my husband about moving, and he said, what did he say about moving? I was just asking him how he felt about it. Like, I'm okay now. Almost a native. When I first got off the plane, I thought I'd gone to sleep and woke up in hell. Yeah. Yeah. Do you like my kitty corns? See, they're for Pride. Well, I wear them all the time, but I've got my little Pride, my dollar store Pride rainbow, and I got my headband. You're all right? Is that a good all right? Oh yeah, I get humid, especially in areas like Houston, Galveston. Yep, near the water. Yep, that's what we get, that humidity. And they say, and you probably heard people say, oh, like Arizona, it's a dry heat. It's still hot. So adorable. I'm right now wearing my kitty ears LOL headband. Oh, well, I'm glad. It sounds like you're in good spirits today. Patrick says, hey, Frugal Mama. Oh, that's good, Brandy. That's good. That's all we can ask, That's all we can ask of ourselves. But right now, it's the last 15 minutes. It's talk about whatever you want, not among yourselves. She's still got to talk to me, but in the chat, whatever you might want to talk about. Are there any topics that you guys would like to hear, or that you would like for me to cover? We've done grief. We just did self-talk. We always talk about anxiety and depression because that's what I've been diagnosed with. So I'm interested to hear what you guys want to talk about. What my house panther sighting, more house panther sightings. Yes. Amy says dry heat is the worst in Washington. We don't get much humidity. Thank God. I couldn't survive it if it was. Right. And it's pretty cool up there as well. Like, do you get in the 90s ever? I can't imagine. But what I love is when they show the forests and the trees are just so big. Jamie said, oh, okay. Leah said the two hottest months are during monsoon season, rain and humidity. Yes. House Panther's gone, but he's been in and out quite a bit. Yes, Patrick, we will be doing Slumber Party on Friday, 10:30 p.m. And we're going to add some more names to the Wheel of Winners. Jamie said, how's your knee? It's getting better every day. And I am glad I did it, because right now the knee I didn't do hurts worse than the knee I did. Note to self, don't use night cream near eyes. They're still burning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brandy. Yeah. I've had that happen when I first was doing skincare. Yeah. In the middle of summer, we get 90s and up to 100, but never over that, and not for too long, only maybe a month out of the summer. Yeah, we get that like in August. Wheel of Wisdom. Is that what I was supposed to call it? The Wheel of Wisdom. I forgot. But that'll be tomorrow night. And then, of course, tomorrow daytime, we're going to be doing the Forgotten Favorites Friday. So we'll be putting up videos for that. But yeah, we are definitely doing Slumber Party, Patrick. It's going to be fun. Jamie. I just love doing that. Wheel of Wisdom. Like Wheel of Fortune. So can't help it. All right. Oh, tomorrow's Thursday. Friday. 2 days away. Why do I not? I know it's Wednesday. What am I thinking? It's Wednesday. So Friday, 10:30 p.m., we will be doing Slumber Party, Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be doing trivia and adding more people to the Wheel of Wisdom. I have to say it like that. I can't help it, you guys. We usually are in 55, 66 degree range most of the year. Like 70 is when I start to melt. You are so welcome, Leah. So welcome. Thank you for coming today. We appreciate you. And then 2 weeks from this Friday, we do pick a winner. So we'll have all the names on the wheel. And then 2 weeks from this Friday, we're going to pick the winner of $30. So let's see. What time are we? I hear Indiana gets hot, LOL. And plus it's mostly flat. You're going to get a lot of hot. If you don't have a lot of trees and stuff, a lot of shade, yeah, you're going to get a lot of hot. Let's see. Did I go back? Okay. Yeah, because I live near River Raisin, and we get a little bit of that river effect where it cools your yard down. So it's usually cooler at my house than like at my sister's. But it's because we have trees all over the place, that kind of stuff. I'm already getting a good tan. Jamie is tanning. Ugh. She's one of those people that tans. I just get red. I won Bonnie's Bargains giveaway. That's awesome, Brandy. I'm not sure I won curry. I'm not sure what that is. But yes, she has the best giveaways. Bonnie does. That's awesome, Brandy. See, I told you, just be patient. Keep entering. Enter as many as you can, and then it will happen for you. Okay. Anything else? Oh, let me see if I can get that story done with my husband. So he was saying, I can't remember, but I did say to him, it's going to be a smaller yard because we have a ginormous yard. Like you could put a pool, you could put one of those trampolines, you could put, we have plenty of room for other stuff too. We have a huge yard. So he is looking forward to the small yard where we plan on moving to a mobile home type park. We're going to rent first, and then we would like to buy because we've seen some that are not too expensive. So when we rent, it's going to have to be a month-to-month situation because we're going to want to move as soon as we find what we want. But we're excited about it. It's just packing. It's like, why do we have so much stuff in this little tiny house? We have so much stuff. Ugh. So I'm donating quite a bit, and then my aunt has a yard sale. So I'm going to take some stuff over there to her yard sale, and hopefully that goes well. We can get rid of most of the things there. Anything that doesn't get sold will probably be donated. So, but yeah, moving. I'm kind of excited about it. It's just going to be a lot of hard work. Your stuff has stuff, right? You won curry. I believe curry is seafood. So you won curry from Bonnie's Bargains? But right, Patrick, my stuff has stuff. It's like, I didn't even know, do I still need it? Oh, and I'm so bad at, like, I can get rid of things, but like when people declutter, like if I have 100 and people will declutter like 25, like that's awesome. I declutter like 5. Yeah. Okay. Not a big fan, so giving it to my son. Curry is a spice. It's mostly used on chicken. Okay. I accept House Panther donations, but the cheetah doesn't. He's like, don't you buy me anything secondhand. Don't you get me anything from a yard sale. Leah says, the only way I'm leaving this house is feet first, toes up. We got into a COVID situation where my husband was part-time for the past 2 years. And so we weren't able to keep up our house payments. So, yeah. Chicken curry tastes similar to the roasted chicken cup of noodles. Okay. Because Leah, I thought we'd be here till we were done. It's a small house, huge yard, but we're getting too old to take care of it. And we haven't done our due diligence. We need a lot of repairs. So someone said it was seafood. Okay, so it's a spice. It's a spice. I think do they use curry in a lot of vegan dishes? Okie dokie. So I am going to, let's see. I'm going to put me here. I'm going to go over here and go back to those 3 items before we close it up. Let's see, those 3 things that we need to do. All right, there we go. Hey, Mr. J. I'm good. How are you doing? Oh, Leah's from your channel. Thank you, Leah. Bought in 2012, 1,600 square feet, $650 a month. Oh, that's awesome. That's an awesome deal. Yep. We're finding that it's going to be more expensive, but we tried, the mortgage company worked with us so well. I mean, we were at a point where we couldn't. And now, since we lost the house, he's gone to full time. I thought about calling the mortgage company and asking if they would still work with us. But I'm not back to work yet. And then I thought, we're getting older. And like I said, we should have taken better care of this house. And I don't know if we can in the future. So we are going to try to sell it and move. Weird. I had 119 people. Now I have 116. That's not weird. That's YouTube. And Leah said Social Security will always be enough to keep us here. That's wonderful. That is wonderful, Leah. I'm so glad for you, because when we first heard about it, it was very hard. It was very hard. We lost the house. I was fired. I had just gone through surgery. I lost my insurance. It was a mess, but now we're coming on the other end of all that. We're getting through it. And so, yeah, if I was in your situation, I wouldn't leave it either. So Mr. J says, hey, Jamie, what's up, Glamma? Yeah, Miss Jamie, what's up? Okay, I am going to go over these 3 steps again before we leave. You guys can still talk in the chat, and I will look at the comments here in just a second. How to actively speak more kindly to yourself. Number 1, moment to moment, catch yourself being unkind. Number 2, pause. Instead of being unkind at that moment, think of what you would say to your own child. And number 3, actively say that to yourself. It's a yo-yo, isn't it? Yes. Yes, absolutely, Patrick. Yeah, that's normal, Brandy. A couple up and down. Yeah. I just wish it would go in the opposite direction. It would be nice if you came in and it accidentally, for no reason, just went up. You got more subscribers. It never does. It always goes down. Yeah. So let's see what time it is. It's 3:00. Uh-oh. Where did everybody go? Sorry about that. I lost you. I had 1011, Jamie said, and now I have 1008. As long as you don't go under that, Jamie, you're good. How are your watch hours, Miss Jamie? Maybe we can get, if anybody is available to run some videos, Miss Jamie Gerazi, that's the name of her channel, is needing watch hours because she's got her 1,000 people and then you got to have the 4,000 hours. So if you are available to run her videos, that would be great. I just go to videos and then it says play all and then I hit play all. So, and she said, that's why I'm waiting on my 1K giveaway, right? A lot of people do that because they don't know if they're going to stay there. Well, you're still doing awesome, Jamie. Yes. The Midnight Artist. I can't. Oh, thank you, Amy. We appreciate that so much. Frugal Mama. Yes, Frugal Mama. So yes, I already been running her. I think I'm in my older videos because I had short hair with blonde streaks. That's how I do it too, Crystal. All right. I will help you, Jamie, on your video hours. I will power watch. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. She needs about 1,000 hours. We can do it. We can do it. And then on Friday, Jamie, we'll do a little shout out, see who else we can get to do that. And we'll get you up there, get you those hours and get you monetized. And I'll just say real quick, I'm going to be doing a 500 person giveaway. Eventually, I'm not there yet. A 500 subscriber giveaway. I'm not there yet. Challenge accepted. All right, Brandy. Hi, Amy. Michael Weber. I am late. You're fine. You're fine. We were talking about self-criticizing. So if you want to rewatch, that was the topic. But if you don't, thank you for coming in. And we're talking about running Miss Jamie's videos to get her some watch time. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Jamie. Just running you over and over. Frugal Mama. Frugal Mama is the best. She is very positive channel if you don't know her. And she is so supportive. And it's just a joy to support her as well. Brandy says, love you more. So yeah, we can run a playlist as well, Jamie. Thank you. I'm sure that was Paladin who wants to run your playlist. Oh, yay. I can help with that. Yay. All right, everybody. This has been so awesome. I have enjoyed myself so much today. I hope you guys have too. And if you think of anything that you would like to talk about, you can always message me on Instagram or email me. You can leave it in the comments if you want. I am looking for things that interest other people. He said Paladin loves to run, period. Yes. So, yes, I am interested in whatever you guys are interested. I do prefer to talk about mental health issues because people are starting to talk about them more. You see commercials on TV and things, which I am all for. But that's what we're here to talk about is my mental health and your mental health. So if there's any subjects you would like to touch on, please let me know. We'll try to do something a little more fun next week instead of an article. But I hope you enjoyed the article today. If you didn't or you did, let me know about that too. I'm always curious. So everybody, have a great day. Love you all. And again, if you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments and you can get a hold of me on Instagram if you need to talk to somebody because there's always someone to talk to. Please, please, if you're feeling really, really bad, if you're feeling desperate, please talk to somebody. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.